Wait a minute. Why are you mad at me? He's the one who ate your father.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike. How you doing, Mr. Chicago man, Crawford?
I'm good, man. You know, new sport starts tomorrow, so I have to represent my team. I won't show you who's on the back because he's no longer a bull, but, you know, the front does it.
Is it Mr. Spaghetti Knee?
Yo, why would you say something so mean? That might be the top 5 meanest things you've ever said in your life.
What? Derrick Rose has a bum knee?
Yeah, man, that's mean.
Doesn't he?
He literally, yes. But he
okay, well.
one of the top 5 point guards of all time. It wasn't for that knee.
Yeah, well, it was that knee. That's all I'm saying. Take it for what you will. Hey, listen, man, I'm not perfect. I'm trying to make progress here, all right?
Hey,
I'm emotionally retarded. That's just how I am. It's okay. You felt that earlier. We had a real-life Jerry Maguire moment earlier where I lost my shit. I'm trying to get better.
Yes, audience, we are human beings and we get into shit. So yes,
yeah, but we're still fucking here. It's not that big of a deal. I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform, and, you know, sometimes that gets the best of me.
It's all good, bro.
But that, you know, I'm trying to make progress and everything. Like, we're recording before, but by the time this is coming out, I'll be 38, Mike.
I know.
Yeah.
No.
Really? Because 38, I'm like, ooh, I'm like in the twilight of my prime. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still there.
I consider myself old, and I'm 38, so...
Yeah, well, that's because you... Listen,
curve.
dude, I considered myself old when I was 35. And then just now I'm doing shit where I don't feel like an old man anymore. And so I'm like, okay, I could see where it's like 38. It's like you still got some gas left in the tank here. So I'm like, all right.
To a woman, though, because they look at life way differently in 38 is just the beginning for them.
Oh, that's when they're like sexual fucking deviant horn dogs, man. That's when they're like, it's because it's their body telling them like, this is your last chance to make a baby. Whether they've had them or not, it's their like, this is the last chance before it goes downhill. And then you're starting to go into special classes. The risk goes up. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just how it is. And so they get horny.
This is the age that they start to get, you know, the male hormone start to.
Yeah, and you know what the problem is? Men's drop off come 32. Like, we're out of cum and testosterone by then. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's our bodies change. I think we just ran out of all the gross fluids that make us men, and we're like, I'd rather just sit on the couch now, you know, like,
We start to lose testosterone and they start to gain it. That's not a good sign. I don't even know who came up with the idea of how this is how the body is going to work. I'm like,
yeah, those stupid body inventors.
We're going to hold your testosterone off for a while, ladies, while your men get rid of all theirs. And then when theirs is gone, they're going to let yours come full bore. You'll start growing mustaches and beards and wanting to hop a lot more.
Hey, my grandma Rose had a beautiful goatee, okay? She fucking refused to shave it or pluck it. She's like, I'm old. Fuck y'all. Dude, she had whiskers straight like she could have went to the barber and got cleaned up. It was fine. Nobody gives a shit. Grandma Rose was beautiful.
Don't worry, there's plenty of them out here that let their hair go.
But straight up goatee. Like, no joke about it.
I ain't gonna lie, I know about 3 women who have like a full goatee, bro.
I mean, she was in her late 80s when she died, early 90s. Like, she deserves to have some goddamn facial hair. Can't imagine what her cooch
like
looks
65,
like.
70. Whoa, this is your grandma. You shouldn't have
Yeah.
look like, brother. Ever. ever imagine what your grandma's couch looks like, bro?
I didn't. I said I couldn't imagine because I have some class, Mike, unlike you. I said I couldn't imagine. Heed my words.
Good job.
But now I'm thinking about it. I'll tell you that. I can't imagine it, but I'm thinking about it. So now we're at that point. I don't know what to do.
Please stop thinking about it. Think about something else.
All right.
Someone change his
How about this? Since, listen, for the sake of saying it once and never wanting to have to say it again, because a lot of what I do, believe it or not, is I want to help people live a better life and just be fucking happy and shit. You know, it's like I was in and out of weird emotional states my entire life. And honestly, laughing helped me get through a lot of it. But just having somebody to look at and go, oh, I'm more of like, I want to show people that I'm a dog shit person that's like trying to figure it out. And like, hey, things are going okay. Like, you've got a way better shot of getting out of whatever rut you're in. You know what I mean? Like, if the worst example can become a good example, then it's like, you know, that's why I like exercising so much. I've lost 65 pounds, Mike. Did you know that?
65 pounds?
65 pounds.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. And I didn't even think I had that I mean, I did kind of. I thought I had 50 to lose. I stepped on the scale the other day, and this is from like February of 2020 to now it's October 2022. But that was when I kind of like started. It was like, I got like 20 pounds down over the course of like 2020, and I was like, damn, right on. And then I was like, all right, let's see what you can do if you like hit this thing hard. So then when I did the 30 Days of Pain in May, I was like, let me just try and keep this motherfucker going for a little while. And it's been difficult, but it's fucking like, oh, yeah. If you just continue to do it, it's going to keep getting better and easier just because, you know, you're more comfortable with doing it. So
you lost your pandemic weight is what you're telling me.
No, I lost my alcoholic weight. I've been building it for years.
So is alcohol really that bad for you, like calories and weight-wise?
Yeah, because it turns into sugar.
Oh, because someone said that to me, and I was like, alcohol just like...
That's why a lot of people, when they get off of the booze, when they stop shucking on the sauce, they can't stop eating like candy and ice cream and all this shit. So they actually usually either gain more weight because consuming candy is totally acceptable for the most part. You can sit on the couch and eat a bunch of candy. It's easier to eat, 10 Reese's cups than it is to chug 6 beers. So it's, it's like, it's kind of, you trade one for the other usually. That's why it's like, oh no, I'm not, I got a buddy of mine who's like, I drink my carbs. He's like, yeah, I drink beer and I don't eat carbs. That's the trade-off.
That's bull.
It makes sense.
No, it does make sense. It makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, so I'm just trying to get better. I'm just trying to make progress in fucking life. Emotional progress, trying to make sure that comes with everything that's first. And then, the physical stuff, it helps to be healthy and be versatile in what I can do. I enjoy that. And, this fucking trying to make progress in the entrepreneur game of life, this comedy business and this podcasting shit, starting from scratch with not either of us knowing what the fuck we're doing and rolling with it. But just trying hard, and guess what? We were just talking about it. Episode 94. We're still working out the fucking kinks. But if you listen to episode 1 through 4, you're like, oh my God, how did they not give up? How did they not throw in the towel immediately? Why do they keep running? This man, Brendan, keeps running face first into brick walls knowing he's going to get his teeth knocked in. But that's the only way to do it. If I know it's going to hurt, fuck it. Let's go. It's going to hurt anyway. Let's figure it out along the way. I don't care.
I know a few people who've already started after us and given up already. So,
well, as the joke, we didn't get into this for the money necessarily, but as the Joker says, if you're good at something, never do it for free. So once we get good enough to where people want to give us some shit, yeah, good. It gives us more opportunities and more resources to make this better for everybody else. That's the goal. And to pay some bills so my wife can leave me alone. Sorry. I know of at least one person that's not going to like that. Oh, shit. But with all that comes fun. And I'm going to go to Mexico, brother man.
I know. I heard. It should be fun.
What should I be afraid of?
Whatever they have in the mini bar, don't drink any of that shit. Find your liquor at the liquor store. Do not drink no liquor from the mini bar and get bottled water. Drink bottled water, bro. Like, take your own bottled water. Like, that is the shit that I've been reading stories about that you probably is what's fucking people up over there. So get your own water, get your own liquor.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're staying at a resort with a bunch of other friends, but you want us to stop on the way there and get our own booze and own water, right? No, I'm asking for reals. That's what you're suggesting?
No, I'm for real. I'm serious, man.
Yes.
I'll send you articles once we're done recording, bro, that I've read.
Oh, one of our friends that is coming on the trip with, is going on the trip or whatever, like, keeps sending articles like, this guy went to go get a pack of cigarettes and got mugged and the shit kicked out of him. I'm like, hey, man, we're just trying to have fun here.
Yeah, man, be safe, bro. Hell yeah. No, he needs to send just so people can be visiting, because people will go out of town to other countries and just think everything is like, there are people who live here for real. There's real life going on here. So as much as you think you're a tourist and everything is touristy, as I've told my story about the first time I went to California. Mm-hmm. So listen, be safe at all times, be vigilant, careful, my friend. Just want you to come home. And people go to these countries and never come home.
Yeah, travel in packs. Only go where you need to. Figure it out through wherever you're at. Because that's what if I want to go into town or anything, I just hit up the freaking... Everything runs through the valet. They know everything, okay? So you just got to figure out which valet is going to be your valet. Because you can't just go up to anybody. You got to vibe with the person. Then be like, hey, here's what I'm looking to do. Where am I going to go? Here's a little cabbage. Make sure that you're taking care of me. And they will. They'll hook up your ride. They'll have everything ready for you, ready to go. You just got to treat people right. If you're one of these assholes like, we're in Mexico, let's get around. And you're like, yeah, you go fucking take your chances, buddy. Good luck. All you need is a little local help and they'll take care of you usually. Unless you're stupid, then they'll be like, yeah, I'll help you. And they direct you directly into Murderville, which also happens. Not for nothing. Don't just be like, that dude on the podcast said you could trust valets. No. No.
No, make sure you clarify which dude, because there's two of us on here.
It's the guy that looks like he commits crimes. You be the decider of that.
All depends on what type of crime we're talking about.
Wait, what type of crimes? I'm interested. What type of crimes do I look like I commit?
Hey, bro, we're not going to stereotype crimes here today.
Yes, we absolutely are.
If you're listening to the radio and they say this type of crime.
Exactly. They can't see us, Mike. What type of crime do I look like I commit?
Not you specifically, because you specifically, I know who you are as a human
I don't
being.
care. That's why it's easier for you to make fun of me right now. Come on, what do I look like?
If it's a mass shooting or then the expectation is you did it, not me. Nah, it was just some old neighborhood shooting, some drugs being sold.
Well, see, I think it's on the same level. Like, if we're talking about murder, okay, I'm a mass shooter. You're a drug deal gone wrong. You had to handle your business. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, if we're talking about drugs, I'm fucking ecstasy and coke. And you're cracking weed.
There you go. There you go.
And if we're stealing shit, I got insider trading. And you're knocking over liquor stores.
I hope that clap wasn't too loud as this is recorded.
Either way, we're both going to jail and hanging out with the Mexicans.
You're definitely right. Who run the prisons?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
all right. Quickly moving into sports. That was fun. Nobody should trust it. We should go to prison for our picks in baseball. What the fuck is wrong with us, Michael?
I have no clue, but I'm rooting for the Padres now. So there's that.
I did put money on the Phillies now to win the World Series. Just because I think the Astros are going to win. Same as always. I think the Astros are going to win. And it was
they
like...
randomly win World Series every now and then, don't they? Just randomly. It'll be, the superstar teams or whatever, and then Phillies will jump in and grab a World Series. Like the Marlins. Phillies will jump in and grab a World Series. Like they won a couple
and
years
the thing
back,
that nobody's paying attention... Yeah, the thing nobody's paying attention to is Aaron Nola is one of the best pitchers in the league. Like, top
he's
3, I would think, right now. It's like he's not been getting... he's been dealing after dealing after dealing. And Bryce Harper not only did... it was one of those things like, oh, Bryce Harper's coming back from this long injury and then getting in rhythm right before the end of the season here. But it's like, in the playoffs, he's crushing. It's not like he just came back. He's Bryce Harper crushing. Like, he is... You know what I mean? Like, if you're batting over 400 in the playoffs and you're hitting third, yeah, you know what I mean?
Crushing.
Like, you're doing your job.
You're definitely crushing. No, Bryce Harper is crushing. And Hoskins is out of his little slump. They have the bats. Their lineup is pretty good.
Yeah.
So is the Padres.
Yeah, that is going to be such a fun series. Such a fun series.
Is.
Or it is a fun series at this point. But
they get the lead early and they got Hader. The Phillies don't.
Dude, Hader,
he's bad.
I mean, how much ayahuasca did he do to reset his brain to come in and strike out 3 of not only the best Dodger hitters, 3 of the best hitters in the league? He mowed down Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, and Freddie Freeman on 12 pitches. It was like, gone.
Hey, no. He's back. I thought he had lost it.
That was like the Paul Pierce move where he just, he looks like he's doing something all triumphant, going to the locker room, getting a shot. He just had to take a shit. Josh Hader, it's like he needed to get traded, so he had to just be a bum forever. Then he got San Diego party too hard, and he's like, okay. I'll start trying again. And then it's like...
It's easy to get to San Diego and get caught up in the life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why his ERA jumped 3 full points in 2 months. It's just like, this is San Diego, man. I'm a blonde-haired relief pitcher for the San Diego Padres that everybody's hot on right now. And I am the new guy in town. Excuse me. He's getting 2 hours of sleep a day. And it was from like 1 to 3 p.m. This guy.
No, definitely. No, I'm with you on that.
Do we think the Astros are taking it, though? Or are you on my side with this now?
I'm probably with you.
Yeah.
As much as I hate it. Like, I didn't want to come to this realization because I just didn't want to accept the fact that they're probably going to win it all, which sucks.
I hope they do. Good.
It's not good. Why are you good with the cheaters winning?
Because why are they still cheating?
They're not still cheating.
Then why can't they win now? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why. Because the mentality is stupid. If they're not cheating anymore and they're allowed to play because Major League Baseball says they are, get the fuck over it. Especially Dodgers fans. I really wanted... I'm so glad they don't even have the chance.
I'm still not over it. They changed the game so much that now everybody does it. They have this little pitch calm shit where everybody's talking to somebody in the earpiece now.
Yep.
So now it's like, we're just going to modernize the technology, and everybody has it, and now go out there.
Good, fine. That's the steroid argument. Let everybody do steroids.
There's no way you can tell me Verlander's not doing steroids, bro.
Of course he is.
Like, he was breaking down like his last couple years in Detroit. Now he's the fucking best pitcher in the world. Like, come on, bro. Like, we're not gonna do that.
That's what I'm saying. Just let it all.
You don't get a pass in this steroid. You don't get a pass in this steroid conversation.
Let it all happen. Yeah, I think the Astros are gonna win still. Oh, speaking of dirty dogs, how about your boy Dan Snyder?
Dan Snyder is the man. As
Dude,
much as I hate the Commander Redskin football team, Dan Snyder is the man for what he's doing if he's truly doing that.
dude, Saran Wrap Dan. That's his new moniker. Just because, listen, everybody knew Dan Snyder had shit on everybody. You can't be around for that long with one of the older franchises and not know everything about everything. You've been in a lot of like subterranean meetings. You know what I mean? Like everybody already knew that. But just the fact that he's finally like, I don't really like that even though you guys were right. I don't like that probe that you made me I looked silly when you guys made me redo that thing. So you know what? I'm just going to start standing my ground and fuck you guys. If I'm going down, everybody's going down. And I love the fact that he will. It's like, what percentage of owners do you think would have to relinquish control of their team if he brought out the books?
Based on the precedent set and the whole, they're making team give up their team for the racism. So here's the thing. The whole racism thing worked in the NBA because they're big on that type of stuff. NFL really isn't. Sorry to say, like they can give two shits about racism.
NFL's like everybody's here for money, right?
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
They into the racism stuff now because it generates money. That's what, honestly speak, like it's a fight against racism in the end zone because it's probably paid for.
It's a nice looking patch on a $150 jersey. You know basically. What I
mean? Yeah. So it's always been different in that aspect of the NBA to the NFL. So I don't know if it's racism alone.
Oh, sexism, like, dude, like,
yeah, I don't know
inappropriate relationships. That's what I'm saying. Like, 95% of the owners in the NFL would have to relinquish control or sell their team or something. Because
I don't think so, though, because here's my thing.
Okay.
They've had all of that stuff on Dan, and no one's made him sell his team yet. So if that's all you have on these, like, unless you got something bigger than that, that's what the point I was trying to get to. Like, you don't need something bigger than racism or
sexism. See, I think Dan Snyder
on you for years
has like
they haven't made you set your team. So like, you need like some statutory rape.
I think Dan Snyder knows about like the Jeff Epstein log type of shit. Like he's that deep ingrained in the NFL.
That's what I'm talking about. Like you're gonna need some pedophilia.
And I think he has got plenty of that.
Or like someone, maybe one of the owners of Mary, he got them cheating on their wife. Like he flat out can prove that they're cheating on their wives. Or,
Not only that, how many owners do you think he has dirt on, like how they're being shady with their money from the NFL? And he's gonna be like, oh yeah? Oh yeah. I mean, he's got everything on everybody. You know what I mean? Like he's got so many angles. That's what dirtbags do. They collect angles on other people.
And he knows that they're doing it because they complain about the fact that the Commanders don't make any revenue. They've been complaining about that shit for years because they don't sell out because no one likes Snyder.
Yep.
And the team sucks, but they don't sell out. And because of the revenue sharing, all the owners hate him because they have to share their money with him and they're generating revenue. And you're losing us money because you can't even fulfill your stadium out every week. But they can't get rid of him. And they've had all that. They had money issues, the sexism and all of that, and no one has even brought it up to vote to get him out. You know why? Because they know. They know. Don't mess with that man.
That's why he does whatever he wants and he always has. Is because he's like, nobody's ever going to get me out of here. Ever. Not the fans, not nope. Nobody.
Yeah. I just hope he eventually makes some good
some real Game of Thrones shit, this Dan Snyder fucking ego he's got.
But he's never going to, because of financially, it doesn't make sense. He doesn't have to do anything to collect just as much money as the rest of you every year. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to do anything.
And he gets, his vote is just as valid as Jerry Jones.
Anybody else is
the same one.
Exactly. It's like he don't got it.
He just does not want to play the game anymore. He's like, no, I'm over this. I'm just gonna run this team into the ground by myself. Thank you very much. Pay me. Oh, speaking of other wacky dudes. So did you hear that Herschel Walker is running for some high office in Georgia?
Yeah, he's running for governor as a Republican.
Okay. Did you hear like this controversy that's going around right now regarding Mr. Walker?
About the fact that they're saying he should have been disqualified at the debate because he pulled out a badge?
No. What is that?
Oh. Yeah, so they had a debate the other day. He's running for governor of Georgia as a Republican. But props are not allowed during the debate. And he pulled out his like police badge or sheriff badge. I guess he's the sheriff in Georgia.
Yeah, I think he's like a volunteer. He's like a Steven Seagal or a Shaquille O'Neal type of sheriff. So, you know what I mean?
So it's a huge controversy now because he pulled it out and you're not supposed to pull out props. So it's like,
oh, I saw something that was even better than that because he's running as a Republican. Okay. So I assumed that when I saw this article, he's getting his balls busted for giving a woman a $700 check. That is fairly significant because she says that she used that to go get an abortion.
Oh, yeah, that's what the debate was about.
And now he's like, well, I gave her the check, but I didn't know what she was going to use it for. I'm like, everybody knows it's either $350, $500, or $700. Those are locked in numbers.
But my question is, so did you not ask her what she needed the money for? You just gave her $700?
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that it's like, oh, you gave her one check for $700 and nothing else ever. And you had no idea what it was for. She just asked you for $7. You said yes. Come on, bro. I mean, I get it. He's running for governor in Georgia. But run for governor in California and just be like, see, ladies, I support you. And then
But that was one of the biggest things that he's running on is the abortion thing.
I know, because
help him win.
You want to know why? It's because all these politicians go, which boxes does everybody need me to click? I'm for this, I'm for this, I'm for this. No, you're not, Hirsch.
You aren't. Hirsch, you are a half of a fool. Like, I remember you being drafted out of Georgia and you were semi-illiterate.
Yeah.
So, like, how you got to the point where you're running for governor baffles me. But you're on a Republican card, so I really don't care because I'm not that much into politics. I don't do Republican or Democrat because I like things both of them do, honestly. But the fact that you're running on that card makes more sense to me because you're just running on the fact that you're going to say certain stuff and win off of that. Because that's kind of what your boy did, even though I kind of wouldn't be mad if he was president right now.
Herschel Walker seems like he reverse engineered his plan. He's like, what do you want to do? I want to be a football player. Bang. What do you want to also do? I want to be a fighter. Okay. Bang. I want to be a governor. Okay. Where can I be governor easiest? Well, Georgia, probably. Okay. What do they value in Georgia? That's what I stand for. I think he wanted the job and then figured it out backwards. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't build up his campaign going, okay, I'm going to run for it in my home state. No. He's like, where's the easiest way to get this done? Come on, Hirsch. You're better than that.
I wish him. I don't wish him luck because I don't want him to win because that abortion thing is crazy to me.
It's just silly. It's just like, come on, or just be like, I don't know.
I mean, I just don't get it. Like, why is so?
He should have been like, have you seen what happens when you get child support taken out of a game check, motherfucker? Nah. This is a one-time payment.
Hey, yo. That is hilarious, but that is a good comeback in that situation. I hope y'all can hear the helicopter that's flying over my house. I don't know why. I'm in like the airways. I get helicopters, planes, all types of shit fly over my house. It's like where I'm at, I get everything flying over my crib, bro. But if y'all couldn't hear it, I just had a helicopter flying over my house. But yeah, Herschel been looking for me. But I don't understand why people feel so entitled to make decisions on what women do with their bodies. Let them do with their bodies what they feel best with their bodies. And I've seen it both ways. I'm a child of low income.
Yeah, see, but that's a nice sentiment. But then it's like, what if I want to jerk off on the bus? I'm doing it with it's my body, Mike.
So jerk off on the bus. People do that on the metro all the time, bro.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were cool with it. So, all right. We're both cool with it. You know what I'm not cool with? I don't know. But I do want to transition into it. What?
I don't know. You said, what are you not cool with? So I'm asking you. You know what I'm not cool with?
Tell me.
The fact that that you actually came all the way onto the show last week without actually taking the glass off your phone to see if your phone was actually broke. You just looked at it and assumed that your phone was broke.
Listen, man, this thing was shattered. Okay, my phone, it was like, I had it cracked. Here's, I'll give you credit where credit's due. It was cracked before, and I was like, damn it, I gotta go get this replaced at some point. And it was just like cracked in a couple places. But I don't feel so bad because I showed my wife, and she was like, that sucks, babe. I'm like, yeah, it does. And then whatever, a week, 2 weeks ago, I get this at the gym and somebody slams or accidentally this chaos ensues and wham, something falls hard and like legit like does the spider webby thing to where it's like, psh, but there were like 3 of them clustered together. There was just like, psh, oh, you can't see or it won't register your finger over here. And I'm like, damn it. Now I really got it. Because I was like, okay, there's no way that didn't go through this thing.
So my follow-up question is, now that you know it, the weightlifting accident didn't go through the thing, the initial crack that you thought were they real cracks also?
Not even close. That was like a that was like buffoonery at its best. Just overlooking a simple thing. And here's the best part, you know, because I was like, well, I forgot I had a screen protector on it. Here's the best part. I got one of those privacy ones. So it's like shaded. So it's obviously has a screen protector. Obviously.
Hey, brother, I love you, my guy. But sometimes, you know, we all have a moment or two.
But then I was like jubilated that I peeled that thing off and I was like, holy shit. Not only do I not need a new phone, I don't even have any cracks. This is in pristine condition. Because I'm like my outer guard's all wear and tear at the volume and like the everything. And I'm just like, oh man, this whole thing. I could just go get a whole new wrap today. And it's going to be fine.
There you go, buddy. See?
What a fucking ding dong I am sometimes.
Sometimes this new technology works in our favor, bro.
I'm not used to things being able to be fixed easily. I'm fucking so used to everything being the hard way that I just usually go that way. I'm trying to train myself to look for the easiest option now that I know how to do things the hard way usually. Because it's fucking exhausting being an idiot when you think you're kind of smart.
It's okay, man. Even the smart people have moments like that.
Oh. Well, we were kind of smart with our football picks. That's more of our lane, is football picks. So let's go. I forget which game I took off here.
With that being said, we both like the Astros. So if you're betting money, bet on anybody but the Astros. Just FYI.
No, because no. The Astros are just... I mean, they played like an 18-inning game, a 0-0 game against the Mariners, where it was 17 innings of 0-0. And when they got that hit in the top, they were up at the top of the inning. They were the away team. It was like, oh, this is going to be over. You can't come back against Houston. Is always the feeling in playoff games, is you can't come back against them. And that's usually good pitching and good managing. And Dusty Baker is one of my faves. So I have
Dusty's already won his though, right? He's won one. They won a couple years back, like his first year.
I don't care, but considering I don't have a horse in the race, he is my horse.
I just want to make sure before the fact that I hate them, I do like Dusty.
Yeah. How can you not? He's the bomb. All right, so NCAA football, week 7. So Michigan handily covered Penn State. They were -7 at the time. I liked the extra half point, but they clearly cleared. Your big pick of the week was Tennessee over Bama. No points necessary. Did you see the Super Bowl celebration with fireworks after the game?
Yo, they tore the goalpost down and everything, bro.
That's so dumb. You ruin your own field. I never got that. That's like the LA like tipping over cars and setting shit on fire after the Lakers win. It's like, real? Why?
Well, my thing is, you were at home and you were number 6, so it's not as if you were like some unranked team that just beat Bama. I understand being excited, rushing the field, maybe turn the goalposts and lighting shit on fire. A bit much, even though they haven't beat them in 26 years. So
yeah, I mean. Not for nothing. They live in Tennessee. There's not a whole lot to be happy about for them.
You know what I'm going to tell you? If they're playing anyone decent next week, put your money on that team with the points. No. Take that team with the points. Depending on who they play, if it's a close matchup, take the points, bro. Like if they're playing like an Ole Miss next week or something, definitely take the points. It's nothing but a letdown game ahead of them, buddy.
They did this on purpose because that's what the SEC does. They play UT Martin next week.
Okay. Well, that's a crush.
Yeah.
Do not take the points with UT Martin.
However, they play Kentucky the week after.
Yeah, by that time,
they'll be back to by then they'll be humming. By then, Kentucky needs to watch out. Actually,
and shout out to their coach because I like that dude. I like that dude. I think it's like Hypo.
Okay.
I like that dude. He delivers quotables every week. You put a mic in front of him, he's got some quotables for you.
I'm going to have to go double back and check out some of his highlights.
Yeah, check out some of his highlights. I like him.
Missed on TCU covering the 4 points over Oklahoma State. They won by 3. And also, we both missed NC State over Syracuse. Syracuse smacked them around pretty good.
Yes, they did. And I'm taking Syracuse in their next game, which looks like we're about to talk about.
Yeah, but first, before we jump ahead, the USC game. USC covers. They get their first loss. And it's like, what? Like, how does USC give away games like that? Like, Cam Rising's good. He ain't that good.
But that defense is suspect.
It's not suspect. It's Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I told you a couple of weeks ago, that defense is liable to give up. The thing about it is...
But how can you not hunker down and stop one drive?
The thing about it is with that defense is they have pass rushers and decent corners. So they need to be up 21. If the game was in 14, you can still run the ball. They don't stand a chance because you can run the ball on them. So, you know what I'm saying? You're still going to stay in the game if you're a good team. And their coach, Whittinghouse, is a defensive guy. So I trust him to make a stop before that Swiss cheese to make a stop, is basically what I'm saying. Like when you got these defensive teams, now Oregon's a scoring team. Yeah. Are you outscoring USC? I highly doubt it. Not with Williams, not with Caleb and Addison and the other track star boy. No. But if you got a defensive team and a good offense, it doesn't have to be great, it just has to be good. Yeah. You can beat them because their defense is Swiss cheese.
Yeah. I want to know on that Cam Rising 2-point conversion, like, how do you not have a spy on him that whole play?
Because Swiss cheese doesn't have spies. It has holes in it, sir.
Like, you know he's only that far away, okay? You know he's like...
How someone who coaches offense as good as they do doesn't hire a coach that is as good as you on the defensive end. Like, you just go grab like, no one knows the defensive coordinator. Who's the defensive coordinator at USC? No one knows because you weren't good.
Because it doesn't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Penn State went out and got Matt Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have got you a good D coordinator. Period. But you in practice, you know why you don't want a good defensive coordinator? Because they're ego guys. In practice, they want it to look good.
Yeah.
Because in practice, your defensive coordinator, if they're any good, they're going to make sure you don't look good.
Mm-hmm.
But nope. The Cliff Kingsbury and what's the pretty
Lincoln
boy
Riley.
name for USC?
Well, it's
Lincoln
same thing
Riley.
at Oklahoma. It's like Oklahoma's winning games 60-45, but the 45 was coming from like,
Iowa State.
Exactly. It didn't matter
Kansas,
who they played.
Yeah, because they were going to give up even now. You know what I'm saying? Because their defense is not. You got to get defensive coordinators, man. They got to get because they get talent. You know what I'm saying? You have defensive talent. You're number one.
Look, man, that's one of the reasons why Belichick's the best is not because he's actually the best. It's because he's smart enough to know what he's not good at. And he's like, hey, Josh McDaniels, you creative little fuck. Go have your fun, buddy. Go throw the little football. We'll make sure nobody fucking scores, okay? You know, like...
It's not an ego thing for them.
Yeah.
It's like, I want you to be good, so I have to work hard to be good to stop you in practice.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't want you to be that good. I want to just run all over you in practice, and you figure it out on game.
Yeah, because when you have all those celebrities at practice and all that kind of shit, you always want to be on your best behavior. The problem is when you're always on your best behavior, you don't learn anything.
There you go, Brendan.
That's why I act the way I do, Mike, because I like learning. All right, so moving to the ranked college football games of this week, we have, as you said, number 14 now, Syracuse. They bumped up 2 spots. Is playing number 5, Clemson, and Clemson is at home, favored by 13.5.
I'm taking Syracuse.
Everybody's been waiting for Clemson to have their letdown game and lose.
Syracuse just kind of owns them. I think they've won 2 of the last 3.
Yeah.
Syracuse had their number as the ACC.
That's like the Miami New England Patriots debacle. Like no matter how good or bad, it's just like they fucking always, you know?
Yeah.
So you like Syracuse with the points. You think they have a shot at victory? Like a legit shot?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then we have number 9, UCLA, who quietly is undefeated, versus number 10, Oregon. And Oregon is giving up 6. I think Oregon smash and grabs that ass this week.
You think Oregon smash and grabs UCLA?
Yes.
No. UCLA is winning the Pac-12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Shout out to my man Doyle. I can't think of his name. What's his name? DDT? I don't know. I remember him from the Netflix show. His first name is Dorian, but the quarterback for UCLA.
Okay. He looks confused a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I like him.
He looks confused.
But there's no way I'm putting my hand in the trust of the quarterback for the Oregon. You know who that is? Do you know who Oregon's quarterback is?
No.
Bo Nix.
Yeah.
I hate Bo Nix. Bo Nix cost me so much money because when he came to Auburn, he was so hyped. Started as a freshman. Hyped to the wazoo.
And
he never lived up to the hype, which is why he's now at Oregon.
All right, so why'd that piss you off so much? You're not even an Auburn fan, are you?
No, but I hate Alabama. He was supposed to be the one who beat Alabama.
Deep-seated issues, I see. All right, so you think UCLA with the points, or you think UCLA wins in Oregon?
I think UCLA wins. And my dog is going off.
That's okay. Don't worry about Maggie. Maggie's a part of the show sometimes. All right, well, I'm taking Oregon. I think they double-digit win this one. So,
bro, you must have been smoking some good stuff. And I know somebody that's probably not gonna like that pick.
That's okay. But I've been actually laying off because I'm going to Mexico, and Mexico weed is illegal. Never mind.
Yeah.
So, number 20, Texas versus number 11, Oklahoma State. I cannot put my finger on Oklahoma State. I'm going to be honest. I also can't put my finger on Texas. So this is a very tough game for me to pick. But considering Oklahoma State's at home getting 6, that means they're getting blown out. So I'm going with Texas.
Yeah, I'd take Texas in that too. I
Yeah.
think Texas is Oklahoma.
Because that's like a 9-point swing they're saying, and if you think somebody's gonna win by 9, you probably really think they're gonna win by 17. You know, so
There you go. And at home, yeah.
exactly. Then we have your beloved number 24 Mississippi State is playing number 6 Alabama, who is giving up 21 points. What says you, Mr. C?
Alabama 21. I'm taking Alabama.
I
I'm
think
gonna take the 21 too.
Yeah, I think they're gonna boat race him. I think Nick Saban is fucking furious right now, and he's gonna want to stay. He's like, we gotta win by 35 to get back up in the football playoff 4. You cocksucker! He's not gonna be happy this week, and I think everybody's gonna want to do a really good job for a coach, so they're just gonna blow them out.
Oh, no, they're definitely gonna blow them out. And Bryce Young is probably back to 100%. And I don't know what happened to Mr. Anderson, but he needs to come out of wherever he's been hiding because he's supposed to be the best player in college.
Yeah. All right, we got one more ranked versus ranked game this week. It's number 17 Kansas State versus number 8 TCU. TCU's given up 3.5. All day.
TCU's my sleeper. Yeah, TCU's my sleeper to break into
the Horned Frogs.
the Horned Frogs.
LaDainian Tomlinson's alma mater.
And their quarterback is pretty good. Hey, I'm sorry to do this, but I gotta go get my door. The cops at my door, bro.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Don't shoot anybody. Put your gun down. I don't know if he can still hear me or not, but I'm going to keep all this shit in because now we get a cop story out of it. Unless he doesn't come back, then he really has been knocking over liquor stores. This dirty bastard. Oh, man. TCU, I don't know about TCU. He has this sleeper pick, but TCU always seems to win and not cover. But that's just a feeling. Let me look at I'll pull up their previous scores. So we have rankings. TCU's at 8. All right. Oklahoma State, they won by 3. Spread was 4. The week before, they won 38-31. They won by 7, I think. I lost money on that because they were favored by like 10. The week before, they smashed Oklahoma, who was ranked 18th at the time, and TCU was unranked, 55-24. So they started with Colorado, did okay, beat down some D2 school.
Sorry about that.
All good. Had a close game with SMU, then beat Oklahoma handily, then didn't cover, going to Kansas State, or playing Kansas State. So I think I'm on Mike's bandwagon with TCU minus 3.5. What happened with the cops?
Oh, somebody just got robbed in my neighborhood, bro. So they were asking for my ring. I told them they can come back, but I'm in the middle of doing something. So
yeah.
So,
on my time, coppers.
I hate having because I don't have to give it to them. I mean, I'm gonna look at it though and see if I see anything before I give it to them.
Yeah, of course.
That's the downside of having a ring, bro. Anything happens in your neighborhood, people want, did you see anything? Can I see your ring? I ain't give you. What you think? I'm just gonna give you my ring password?
Yeah.
Hell no. So like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, if I see something, I ain't like no criminal. I'll let you know if I see something. But
if you see something, say something.
Say
but if you see something you don't want to share, then too
Then
fucking bad. I got dirt on you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like collecting information. It's a terrible habit that I have. But I don't know. I don't even remember necessarily like all the dirty details about things, but I always remember the way people make me feel. That part to me is important because I'm terrible about details. So I'm like, oh, I remember that you didn't do me right Like, that's all I need to know is I don't want to really... Or maybe I'll go in the archives, and if you start fucking with me, I'll remind you why we know each other. I don't know.
Yeah.
I get a little evil like that sometimes. That's only when people try and take advantage of me. I'm like, just because I'm nice, I'm not fucking stupid. That's why I gotta hold down this murderous rage all the time, is because I'm like, these motherfuckers think I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like that. Not right now, though. Now it feels good. You want to know why it feels so good? Because the Jets put a spanking on the Packers. We both knew that was coming. That was like my only save of fucking Sunday.
Yes, bro. I told you that too.
I was just kidding. I'm taking a dirty bath on Sunday. I did good on Saturday. And then, you know what my new favorite bet is for the baseball playoffs? Is because I don't even care what team it's on. Is I'll just pick like the 3 or 4 hitter of whoever I think is going to have a decent game, like whatever team. And I'll just bet total bases. So it's like I'll bet like Bryce Harper total bases or Jose Ramirez or Aaron Judge, you know, like just different things. And so it was like Saturday, I bet a bunch of total bases, and then it was like everybody on the Phillies was hitting except for Bryce Harper. And I'm like, you bearded bastard. What is happening? And then it was like I leave and I'm like, it's like they're crushing at this point. It's like the 7th inning. He's like 0 for 3. And I'm like, okay, man. So I just go out to run my errands. Then I come back and it was like, oh, by the way, Bryce Harper just hit a home run in the 8th for no good reason. Bang. Got my 4 bases.
Total bases.
I'm like, all right. That's why I like the total bases for the 3 or 4 hitters. Is because if you get a home run, that's 4. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta, whoever you think is due for a home run, that's 4. And then I'll usually bet like 4 bases, I'll put a bet. 5 bases, put a bet. So anything over that, it's, you know, your odds are better and you're getting paid. So it's like, it's kind of like the same way I play craps. Like my initial bet, I just want that to win that to cover all the other money that I really am going to make money on. And if I don't hit the first one, I just lose a shit ton of money. But if I do hit the first one, then it only gets exponentially better from there.
If you're betting tonight, bet Rizzo.
Yeah?
Total bases? Yeah.
Why? What's the pitching matchup?
He's going to, I don't know, but he's going to have at least a double. And I'm thinking he's going to homer tonight, too. He's just getting pitches. He's going to get pitches to hit. He's behind the best hitter in fucking baseball.
But Aaron Judge has been hitting 2. He's been in like the 2 spot.
Huh? Yeah, and Rizzo's been hitting 3. No, Judge was 1 at first, and Glaber was behind him. But now they moved.
But that's what
2,
I'm saying is you got to be in front of the guy they're afraid of, not behind him.
No, being behind them because they walk Judge, and then they can't walk you too. So you're going to get pitches to hit.
Yeah, but no. The philosophy is they don't want to pitch to him, so they'll pitch at you aggressively, give you something to hit, so they don't have to worry about the guy behind you.
In the playoffs, the philosophy is the person hitting behind the hitcher. Because they don't want to pitch to him. You're the next in line, bro.
Yeah, that's true. If there's a base open type situation, but when he's up at the first inning, whether it be top or bottom, if Rizzo hits in front of Judge, he's getting better pitches.
No, you get better pitches hitting after the good hitter, man, not in front of.
I don't know. Different philosophies here. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and you can, but if Aaron Judge doesn't get on base, if they don't walk him, but if Aaron Judge doesn't get on base, this whole philosophy is surrounded by Aaron Judge getting on base. If he doesn't get on base, then you're getting even more dog shit pitches than you would have before.
What I'm saying is he serves as the protection.
Right.
So, yes. So
if Aaron Judge doesn't get on base, he gets grease balls in the dirt. And if he does, he gets fastballs a little high and inside.
Most of the time, Judge is going to be on base due to he also led the league in hitting. So he's going to hit it or get walked in most cases. Like, he's that good right now. Sorry to say.
I'm just saying, if he's not on base, that philosophy kind of falls apart. The other one is always true.
With that being said, Rizzo's ranking. He's gonna get at least 4 total bases.
All right. Hey, I got no problem wasting my money on Anthony Rizzo. I like his dad. He
Anthony
duct taped him to
Rizzo.
the batting cage in the backyard and turned on the pitching machine. It's like, you want to be a catcher? Put on the gear. Thump, thump, thump. That's how he used to do shit. I like it. Moving on to the Bengals Saints. We'll get back to football real quick. Actually, no, we don't need to review all that shit. The Giants beat the Ravens, so we both lost.
Cost me money.
Oh, that's where I gave it all back. That's where I gave it all back. And that was the thing, is like, even as crappy as the Ravens were playing, they still had a chance to cover.
They still should have won the game.
Yeah. So that was kind of shitty. And then the Cowboys got brought back to life, brought back to reality, Cooper Rush. But that being said,
it was the perfect reality. As a Cowboys fan, that's the perfect reality. Cooper Rush gets his ass kicked, so Dak can walk into a perfect scenario, and one in which people don't really believe Cooper Rush to be the starting quarterback. And
yeah, now how do you
4-2 after 6 weeks?
Had he went out there and thrown like even just decent, had they won 28-21 and he had 2 touchdowns, they'd be like, ooh, quarterback controversy.
Dak would not be starting next week if Cooper Rush had come back and won that game. I'm a true believer of that.
Yeah, that's like that Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick situation.
And Jerry Jones has shown it before. He benched Troy Aikman for Steve Berline in the playoffs. What? Because Steve Berline won 3 games in a row. Kick rocks.
Well, I mean, that puts the Cowboys in a weird purgatory place. Like, so I want to know, who's out of place in the NFL? We have the 2 New York teams, the Jets and the Giants. How do you feel about them? Because I think
I told you, we had our preseason predictions. I told you how good I thought the Jets would be. So
yeah,
this is not that's not a surprise to me. I thought they were going to be good.
Yes. And
Giants is a complete surprise.
So, that being said, I agree with you. The Jets have sustainable success ahead of them. Whether it be a 10-7 season, like, I think that's pretty manageable, which is pretty good. And then maybe even better than that. The Giants.
Daboll is as good as he was advertised. That's basically what this says.
What do you think their future entails?
I still don't think this is sustainable for the rest of the season. They can be better, though, because they have a quarterback guru as a coach. So if he gets a better quarterback, I still don't see Daniel Jones as being a playoff quarterback. So I don't think it's sustainable. They're catching right team at the right time. Because no one thinks, I don't personally think Ravens are world beaters. I just thought they were better than the Giants.
Yeah. I could honestly see the Giants losing like 5 out of 6.
Yeah.
You know, like that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it can happen any week. Like 3 good teams lose to a team that's supposed to beat.
You know what's funny is I'm going to have to look at what the over-under is on their final record. Because if they're 6-1 now, like I got no problem putting money on less than 10 wins.
Yeah, easy. I'd definitely take that.
You know, like you might get some like 8-1 odds on that right now and be like, oh, we only need 4 more. And there's 10 more games. Like, yep. That is tough motherfucking sledding for you guys. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, me too.
And you got to play the Eagles, the Cowboys. Like, yeah.
You got to play the Eagles twice.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if they played them yet, but I didn't want to throw that out there.
No, because we're the only loss.
All right, so then we'll go to a little more somewhat stable teams. Minnesota. Are they for reals?
Oh, I think so. I actually put a bet in for Kirk Cousins to win MVP before the season started. So you look like Kirk Cousins a little bit.
You like my minivan?
Should have saw him last night with all the ice on, looking like Joe Burrow. I think the picture's on the internet. I'll send it to you.
Ugh. So Minnesota, I mean, I do think Minnesota wins the division just because the rest of the division is trash, including the Packers. Like everybody should have known that was going to happen this year. But yeah, keep believing in Aaron Rodgers, I guess. He's only one person.
Aaron bleeping Rodgers.
So I don't know that Minnesota's gonna be. Minnesota seems like they're not gonna be scary in the playoffs compared to the competition. Not saying that they're not gonna be a tough out or fucking beat the brakes off people, but they don't seem scary compared to other teams that potentially will be there. In the completely other conference, where do you stand on Cincinnati right now?
I think here they come. I think they'll probably win that division. The Ravens defense just scared me out. I'm a Lamar fan. Not a fan of that defense now. Like, eventually you got to let go of the past. Like, we're used to the Ravens defense always being good, so we kind of give them that.
No, because since they got Lamar, they've been fostering Lamar and the offense, and they tip the scales.
They pay for defensive players, like they draft defense, they buy defense. They're just not. They're old now. Like they paid Marcus Peters, they pay Calais Campbell, they drafted those.
Yeah, but you're talking about guys that when Lamar was getting into the league, they should have been like one or two, a couple more solid years, and then they take a step back.
Yeah, because Lamar's offense, the offensive line, I think they pay probably that because the wide receiver, they don't pay those guys, and they pay Mark Andrews. But they don't even pay Lamar yet, so shit.
It's interesting. All right, and then we got our dog shit teams, the Packers, the Buccaneers, and my new personal favorite, the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are garbage, dude.
So garbage, dude.
And they just acquired punk-ass Robbie Anderson.
Hey, actually, I wanted Robbie Anderson. He's a deep threat. He's fast.
I can say this now because it doesn't matter since I have waiver number 1. I'm picking up Robbie Anderson because Marquise Brown just got hurt for the fucking year, most likely.
Yeah.
D-Hop is coming back from suspension. So it's like we're going to have 2 fucking deep threats for Kyler Murray to start slinging the ball. Arizona wins 3 games in a row or something stupid because they're putting up 35 points again. Kyler Murray has 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 300 yards. Standard bullshit. Let the chaos ensue. But, yeah, the Cardinals suck. Cardinals are not good.
They aren't.
Oh, speaking of not good, we got to wrap this up soon. I took the fattest goose egg in fantasy football this week. Not only am I going to lose by the time this is done in our league. I mean, I'll still maintain first place because I'll have the most points still, but I'll be tied record-wise, and I'm not happy about that. That's back-to-back losses. But I took a loss in every league. I went 0-3.
Time to bring you back down to earth.
Ooh.
You up there on that high horse? Time to bring you back down.
It's good to get kicked in the dick in the beginning. It's good.
And one more loss and one more win by me, and then you really gonna have some shit to talk about.
I haven't even looked at next week, but I'll look right now because I usually don't look ahead. It's not good. Week 7 is... I played Drippy Dick.
And what place is Drippy Dick in? 5th. So that means he could beat you. Let's go, Drippy Dick.
He could be in like 3rd if he wins this week. Yeah. And I got my first 2 picks are on a bye week this week. So we'll have to do some interesting shuffling. We'll see what happens. Oh, but Zach Wilson's going to be in Denver. You know what that means. I don't know. But yeah, I had to eat some shit this week, so I'm not running away from it. I went 0-3. Goose. It sucked. It sucks. I don't like it. It's like my receivers are all getting a half a point. I'm like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? You got 5 yards all game? It's like I prefer zeros because I'm like, at least I know that they didn't even try. And then it's like you go back and look and it's like, oh, this guy dropped a 40-yard touchdown pass. And you're like, no wonder they didn't throw him the ball the rest of the day. Damn it. So not only should I have had a good score, you fucked it up for both of us, buddy. Son of a bitch. But all right, you're on my heels. You're clipping. You're right there. Hey, standings come first. Points come second. So there's going to be like 4 of us tied at the top after this week. So I'm going to have to do what I can to get some separation here. Get back on track. Because now somebody else will be on my heels. Even if I win, somebody will be with me. And I don't care for that. I need to separate. So I'll be doing that. Are you, what are you watching these days? My brain's broken. Blacklist. I got no transitions right now. What? Still Blacklist?
Actually, yeah, I'm pretty much done though. It's 22 episodes, bro. And they're an hour apiece.
They treat you well there, the Blacklist.
Yes. How they get through those, man. And maybe the first site is coming to an end, but yeah, still watching that. But that's pretty much all I'm watching besides sports.
Is there anything on your radar for upcoming?
I don't even been seeing anything new coming out. I guess
There's not a ton of stuff.
Oh, I gotta watch Kanan. Kanan started already.
Oh, okay.
I can watch that.
Yeah, I did not get into all those.
Kanan's decent.
So you said you liked that one.
Yeah.
Because that was the roll-off, right?
Yeah.
Well, I watched something pretty old. I went to a theater in downtown with my buddy and watched a screening of Richard Pryor live at the Sunset Strip. It was the 40-year anniversary of it because it came out in 82. And when it came out as a movie in theaters.
Okay. Yeah.
Which, that was not normal for stand-up. It was like you came out on like HBO or something, you know what I mean? Or one of these presents shows or, you know, Comic Relief and Def Jam and all these things. Like, you had to be on one of those. It wasn't like a movie theater. So I got a little nostalgic. And not that I saw it in the theater. It came out 2 years before I was born. But I was like, I didn't have the chance to see it as it was originally presented. Let me go do that. So I saw it and it was awesome. Richard Pryor is one of the best, if not the best.
Yeah, and Maggie is being relentless, so yeah.
That's all right. Well, maybe she wants to watch The Watcher, which at first I was like, The Watcher. There's just, Netflix just did a fucking huge...
No, she's stuck outside.
Dump. Maggie went out to take a dump, and Netflix just did a huge dump of like, you know, spooky, Halloween-y, whatever, or like thrillers, like just anything that they could even twist a little bit to be like, this might be scary, like just squirt it all in there.
It's Halloween time, man. They're gonna drop all that crap on.
But they have like a bunch of new stuff, you know, like psychological thrillers and stuff. So I don't know. There's one called The Watcher, which is like a mini series. I think it's like 7 episodes. It's new. And I was like, okay, it's kind of an ensemble cast type of deal where it's like a psychological thriller. Like, I'm not really into those things, whatever. But I saw Margo Martindale was on there. And Margo Martindale is an amazing actress. And I really, really enjoy a lot of the shit she does. Including what brings us to our top 5 list this week of overlooked television series. Margo Martindale was in, I believe, season 4 and 5 or something of Justified with Timothy Olyphant.
No clue with that.
It was on FX. It was okay. I mean, I really like
2 of my overrated series though. But, I mean, overlooked.
What's that?
It's not Justified.
Oh, okay. Justified was good. I'm saying it's overlooked, overrated, and I'm saying it's fine. No, it's really good. Really good. It's one of those things where the premise is a little bit silly. That's why I think it gets overlooked. But the show itself is fucking awesome. I highly recommend that one. But it's like this Timothy Oliphant goes back to his like backwoods grassroots to be the sheriff or whatever. And so it's like all his old hillbilly people that are crazy as shit he's got to go back and deal with, but now they're like high level gangstery type, but they're still hillbillies. It's pretty good. And he's just like, kind of work within the parameters of the law. You know, one of those. Why don't you give me one? What's one of your overlooked?
The League. The League is, I don't know. I don't think I've heard a lot of people talk about it, so The League is my shit. The League.
Oh, it was also on FX.
That is also on FX. So is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but that's not overlooked, is it?
I don't know how popular it is. It's not popular in my circle, so I can say it overlooked. Like, I'm the only person that in my circle that watches it.
Yeah, it is one of those things where it does kind of go under the radar. So yeah, It's Always Sunny. That's fantastic.
Show. Yeah, that's not shit. I don't know. Overlooked that I watch. Oh, Entourage. Entourage is my shit.
No, see, but listen, everybody loved Entourage.
Yeah, see, everybody loves Entourage where you live at, because you live in California.
It took me.
Again, this is based on me and my life. Nobody in my crew watches, like nobody in my circle watches Entourage except me.
Okay.
So, I can only speak from my
Got you. I was thinking of an overall perspective of like viewers in general, but you're going specific to your crew.
Oh, see, I
get
look
that.
at viewer numbers and stuff like, so I don't know if it's highly viewed or I couldn't.
Got you. Okay.
Like New Girl.
Yeah, New Girl was great.
I don't know if it was highly viewed or not. To me, it's overlooked because I don't know nobody who watches it.
Well, I mean, honestly, Mike, I kind of am going off of like if it was on Channel 11 at 8 or 9 o'clock, like that was not being overlooked. That's primetime fucking TV. You know what I mean? Okay. So but I understand what you're saying. You're get overlooked as far as the people you hang with or your crew, whatever, which I like that angle too. But mine's more of like a broad scope, like Justified I know was on FX. Not a lot of people watched it. Because I've just asked a bunch of different people and they're like, even people I would think would see it. And they're like, nope, I don't know what that is. Like Lupin. Lupin, I really liked. I think it gets overlooked. It's on Netflix. I think it gets overlooked. But that's only because it has subtitles. So I think it gets overlooked, but it's a great show. Fantastic show. Rescue Me, another one. Dennis Leary, that's one of my top favorite shows of all time. If you want to get a little insight into Irish alcoholism, it's pretty much just hits all the same points. You can get the gist of it. Rescue Me is fantastic. And I'm a psychopath.
I heard of that show.
That wanted to be a firefighter.
I heard of that show. You did?
Still might.
Why didn't you become a firefighter? Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You gotta hurry up, though. I think it's an age cutoff.
No, because I checked in with my buddy who's a firefighter. So I think I'm going to look into like volunteer stuff. But I also think that's like super demanding on your time. So if it's crazy demanding on time, I don't, you know.
Yeah, no, it's like 12-hour shifts.
I know, I could do that. But it's just of like, I can't be on call. You know what I mean? It's like I just don't know how long the
volunteer is like a regular job though.
I know it is. I know it
is.
I know it is. But that's what I'm saying. Like in order to go through the process to get to that point, I don't know what that is. So if that takes too much, then it's like, then it's not going to be. I can't do that if it. Yeah.
But your firefighter friend can tell you how strenuous that process is. I mean, he had to go through it.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got somebody that's kind of, when I wasn't sure what I was going to do a couple of years ago, or a year and a half ago, or whatever, I was like, hey, man, not for nothing. Am I too old for this shit? I lethal weaponed him. And he's like, no, like, as long as you're in okay shape, like, he's like, it's rare, but there are dudes your age or people your age that get in. And I was like, okay, that's all I need to know. Was it an option, yes or no? And if it's not, then I won't even bother my brain about it. You know what I mean? Ray Donovan, I don't know how many people got it, but everybody should fucking watch Ray Donovan is how I feel.
That's my shit. I was going to add that to my list. I was like, I don't know.
You still got to watch the movie, but on your own time. That's just a friendly reminder. And then, Sneaky Pete. Did you ever hear about this show? It was on Amazon Prime.
Sneaky Pete?
Yeah, with Giovanni Ribisi, I think. He's a con man.
So that's really one of those ones I've never heard of that show.
Sneaky Pete, Margo Martindale was in that one as well. She's made this list twice. And it was 3 seasons. He's a con man. Basically, this is how underrated I feel like or overlooked it is. Like, I found it when I had...
You're blinking at me, man.
What? What's blinking at you?
You keep winking at me. I feel like you winked at me like 3 times.
Oh, I keep closing my eye because I'm trying to think and concentrate. Sometimes I get recall when I do that. Like, I can picture the page or, like, the screen. You know. I think they call it somewhat of a photographic memory, but I've been pouring booze and smoking weed for so long, I don't know if that's still even possible. I just think that's how I used to do good on tests, is because I'd look at a paper right before I took the test and be like, oh, I remember that one, I remember that one. That's why I always studied, crammed, never really learned anything. It was just like, I could memorize the answers.
Well, I mean, at some point, that's pretty much all it is anyway, is memorization. So, no different.
Yeah, but then you have to have the art of knowing how to order it.
Yeah.
The information you memorized. Sneaky Pete is good. I had shingles, so I fell onto Sneaky Pete, and they had 2 seasons, then they came back for a third, and I was like, right on. And then I got my wife into it. I was like, do you want to watch this thing? I haven't watched it in years, but I think you might like it. I knew that there were only 3 seasons of Sneaky Pete, and it was cut, over, done. That being said, we got over with season 3, and my wife's like, oh man, when is season 4 coming out? I'm like, that ain't happening. And then she's like, why the fuck would you get me to watch a show? Like, that's how much she enjoyed it, was that it wasn't going to be on anymore, and she didn't like that. So that's overlooked. It's good. It's Bryan Cranston's in it. It's a very good.
I know who that is, man.
Breaking Bad.
Don't watch that.
But do you know the guy in it?
No, I've never seen one episode.
I know, but I didn't know if you knew. Like, I haven't seen a whole lot of episodes of I don't know what, but I know that certain people are in shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you said a name of somebody, who's an actor that's in one of your favorite Kanan programs, sir?
I don't know none of those people's names.
See?
They're
all
like
right.
all new actors, bro.
Whatever. All right.
I don't.
We're running way too long. Honorable mentions for top 5 for me: Swagger, Animal Kingdom, and Vikings. Those are all fantastic.
Swagger's like produced by Kevin Durant. Really over? I mean, is that considered overlooked?
Because it was on Apple TV Plus, and not everybody has that. You have Apple TV Plus, and I was like, hey man, what about this Swagger thing? You're like, I don't know. And then you watch it and you're like, how'd you not tell me about this? I know all the people in it. I'm like, yeah, that's how overlooked works. You know what I mean? Swagger. I like Swagger.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, well, you know what's better than pretty good? The playlist of the week. So this week's Spotify playlist is Whitney Houston and The Dream. Now, really guess who picked what. Oh, we'll let you get back to your lives. We have to get back to ours. Thank you for settling in with me, Mike, and thank you all for settling in with us. We appreciate you being here. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. We are at Black Irish Pod. Mike is at Black Irish 213. I am at Brendallis7. Do whatever you want. Click, don't click. Have a ball. Have a day. Be good to somebody. I don't give a shit. I'm mailing this one in. I love you, Mike.
Love you too, Brendo.
All right. Love you guys. Peace.
All right. Have a good one. Peace.